Greetings everyone, welcome to Chess Advance. This game was played in round 5 of US Chess Championship. With the black pieces, we have Andy Woodward facing off against Sevian Samuel, and this is going to be a really amazing game. This is really an attacking masterpiece that most people are not talking about, but I'm here to show you. You're really going to love this. So without further ado, let's start this game. Here, just c4, we have e5. Now just going for g3, knight to f6, and bishop to g2. This is the English opening, and we have immediate d5 striking in the center. We have c captures. Now just going for this knight to f3 and knight to c6, and here just going for castles. We have knight to b6 now, just developing those pieces and putting them to right squares. But now here in this position, b3 was played. You could also go for a move like knight to c3 in this position, just develop the knight. After bishop to e7, you play a3, and after a5, now just go for d3. And after castles here, what will most likely follow is bishop to e3. After bishop to e6, you play bishop captures, c captures, and the game will go on. But after knight to b6, here b3 was played, and now just comes this bishop to e7, bishop to b2, and just f6 in this position, just cementing that structure and hoping to castle. But now just comes this knight to a3, developing that piece, and we have bishop to e6. Now just knight to c2, queen to d7, and just e4 immediately striking in the center, taking away the square from the bishop and the queen. And here we have bishop to c5, just developing that piece, and immediately d4. d4 is a beautiful move in this position. Just tells you a lot about that player, because you can just strike in the center and you know when to do that, and also at the same time you're just putting external pressure towards your opponent's king, because your king is still in the center, and do you really want to keep it there when it could be attacked? Here e caps on d4 was played by Andy, and here we have knight c captures on d4. We have knight captures, and in this position you have to be a little bit careful. What do? Do you capture the bishop with the bishop, or do you play something else? If you capture with the bishop, the thing is that queen captures will come, and here after queen captures, bishop captures, and a queenside castle, you play bishop to e3, and after this knight to d7, the game goes on. Yes, white is a little bit better, but will you be able to capitalize that enough to be able to win this game? Well, time can only tell that, because the thing is that here 0.7, 0.9, even 1 sometimes is not enough in these kinds of situations, because people are actually coming back from a +6 position and holding that position to a draw. So I'll tell you what I mean by this, and if you're following US Chess Championship, you already know which game I'm talking about. But still, but here after knight caps on d4, we have bishop to g4, and just attacking the queen, and nothing here. We have knight to f3 and just castles in this position, a kingside castle, not going for a queenside castle. So here queen to c2 now, just not creating more pieces. You could have traded that, but the thing is that you just allow me to be able to get the knight to e5 somewhere along the line, so maybe not something you want to do. So here just bishop to d6. Now just comes this a4, pushing those pawns towards the queen side, but just a5 stopping that. And here we have rook f to e1, bishop to b4, rook e to d1, and queen to e7 in this position, because the queen was attacked. You have to move it. And now just going for h3, just pushing the bishop back. We have bishop to h5, g4 now, pushing the bishop further back, bishop to f7. But have you weakened your king side a bit too much in this position? Because Samuel was really good in this position. I mean, your position is absolutely fine. The bishop is already eyeing this, rooks are developed. I mean, queen is already eyeing this. Your king is not at all in some kind of trouble in this position. But what really happened is really going to shock you. Here just knight to d4 was played. Now just comes rook a to d8, and we have queen to e2, just developing the queen to e8 now. And you can see that the last move engine did not like at all by Samuel, and what's gonna happen, you're really gonna see why the engine hated it so much. A queen to e3 comes. Now we have queen to e5, just centralizing the queen, also puts it under the mask of that knight. But you don't have any decent discoveries in this position, so where do you even go? If you go for a move like queen to e2 in this position, I mean, just putting the queen back from where it came from, I mean, normally you don't want to do that, but you don't have much in this position. Queen to e8, you play knight to f5, bishop caps on b3, just grabbing that pawn, rook captures, queen captures, e5 now, just pushing that pawn all the way, bishop to c4, queen to c2. The game goes on with both players having equal chances, but after queen to e5, here f4 was played. But f4 is a move that is just doesn't work in this position. But for that, you need to be able to find the right idea. You need to be tall in this position and just go for an insane sacrifice. Can you do that? So just pause the video and try to find an amazing idea in this position, which will ensure you that you win this game right on the spot. So have at it. So congratulations to everyone who's able to find this move. The move is this beautiful knight to d5, and knight to d5 is a spectacular spectacular move, because the thing is that you cannot capture. If you capture, then just knight capture, and you can see that I'm attacking your rook, I'm attacking your bishop. You've already lost the bishop pair. There's too much pressure in the center. If you allow me to capture all of those things, and now that's the problem. There's tension between the rooks, and there's not much you can do. Yes, the queen is under fire against the bishop, but you don't have any good discoveries in this position. That's the problem here. Queen to f2 was played. Now just moving back with the queen, but now just comes this knight captures on f4, and now you're giving me a free pawn, and that too, that's a pawn towards your king, so it's worth much more. A knight to c6 was played, going for a very nice discovery, but the thing is that it doesn't work, and it doesn't work because of a very specific reason. Because the rook is not under attack. You can trade the rook here. Rook captures on d1 where the check was played. Now just comes this rook captures, queen captures on e4. Now it's a beautiful queen sacrifice that, not many people would have even thought about this, but Andy did. And the thing is that here, what do? Queen is complete, queen is hanging. Who even thinks of actually just sacrificing the queen for a single pawn? When you can capture it, why not just go for it? If you go for bishop caps on e4 in this position, then just comes this knight captures on h3. That's a royal fork, and after this king to g2, you're playing knight captures on f2. You have to capture the knight, otherwise your bishop and the rook both are under fire. So here just king captures. Now just going for b caps on c6, grabbing another pawn. Yes, you can go for bishop caps on c6, but the trouble is now you're just too many pawn down. Bishop caps on e3, that comes with an attack towards the rook. Rook to d3 and bishop to c4 in this position will ensure me that I'm winning this game, and Engine agrees with me. But after queen caps on e4, hey, knight caps on b4 was played, not going for that. But now your queen is still under fire from the bishop. Do you capture the knight? Do you do something else? What do you play in this position? Here Andy plays a beautiful move. You can play also queen caps on g2, but Andy chooses to go for a different route. He goes for knight caps on g2. You cannot trade with the queen, because if you do, then just everything gets traded off. The end game again after bishop captures is completely winning for me, and you cannot do anything other than that. So here rook to d4 was played, attacking the queen, but now just comes this queen to b1 check, a beautiful move. Just king caps on g2, and now you must think you must have something in this position, but you don't. Here just a caps on b4, finally grabbing back the piece. There's even a beautiful move in this position if you want to really go all out and absolutely crush your opponent. That is c5. c5 is a devastating move, because now your knight is under fire, rook is under fire, those pawns are under fire. If the queen moves, bishop is also under fire, your king is weak, your position is collapsing. Here rook to d7 if you try to go for c caps on b4, king to h2 just h6 if you try h4. Then just comes this bishop captures. After queen to e2, bishop caps on a4. After rook to d3, just queen to f1. Queen is infiltrating. I'm just going and annihilating you. But after king caps on g2, here a caps on b4 was played. Now just comes this queen to d2. We have c6, and here in this position, just rook to d7. Now just comes this rook to e8. Now the rook is definitely getting inside the position and going for checkmating. But here just comes g5, trying to just break open those lines and maybe start an attack. But here just comes bishop to d5 check, just ruining the link between the rook and the queen, and also doing that with the tempo up with the check. Here rook caps on d5 was played, sacrificing the exchange, but just comes queen to e4 check, not even picking up with the pawn and giving a pawn with the check, but now just capturing it after king to f2, queen captures, and it was on this boom Samuel Sevian resigned the game, and Andy Woodward got this spectacular victory in just 36 moves, creating an attacking masterpiece. So yeah, thank you for watching. I'll be coming back with some of these amazing games, so stay tuned to the channel, stay updated, and I'll be seeing you guys very soon. Thank you very much for watching.